Okay, so when I post, first of all, let's quickly see, did they give me the accounts they want? Yes. So your easiest way to post is to always write your format. So if I look at trading stock, I see it's an asset, so it's a plus minus. This side is when stock comes in, this side is stock goes out. So this side would be when I buy, and this side would be when I sell. So now when I go look, I want to first check what is the journals I'm posting. I see it's the CRJ and the CPJ. I also know there's no balances because I already wrote in all the balances that you're going to use. So if I look here, I know I buy cash and I sell cash. And it's just because it's small that I'm abbreviating. Please, in a test, don't abbreviate. Write at least cost of sales like this, or CO sales. Either one I will take right, but I'm not going to do COS because that sounds like trigonometry. Okay, so now let's quickly go look. I see my date is January. Both the trading stock, and don't get confused with the word inventory, it's just a fancy word for stock. So trading inventory is the same as trading stock. It's a column, and cost of sales is a column. I know I'm going to use this amount, I'm going to use this amount, and I know it's January. So my column, date, January 31st, both sides. And if I go look at the amounts, it's 3, 7, and 6. Now I need to go balance. So when I balance, the only account where the balance can move, debit or credit, is bank. All the other accounts, you know, it will always be balance CO on the minus side, balance BD on the plus side. It will never change. And the balance BD is always the first of a month. Alright, so now let's see. It adds up to 6,000 both sides. But this side short 2,003. So this is the stock I'm left with. Can you see it's got nothing to do with cash. Nothing to do with how much money I have or how much money I made. This is literally how much stock I have left. Let's quiet down. So now when I look at the fixed deposit, I also know it's an asset, plus minus. So this is when I make a fixed deposit. So in other words, what do I say? Is I make an investment. I take the money out of my current account or my overdraft account, which is known as my check account. I put it into my fixed deposit account, 20,000. The minus side would be when it matures. Can you see it cannot include the interest. This is solely the amount that I invested, and I call that amount the capital amount. Not capital like this capital. I just talk about the main investment also as the capital amount, because that is what's going to earn me money. And by the way, that's the same thing with capital. What money does the capital earn? Or what return does the capital get? Profit. The profit. So can you see, whenever I have an amount that's going to give me a return, I talk about that amount as capital. The capital amount. Okay, so now let's go look. Is there anything happening? First of all, if I look at the CPJ, did I make an extra? Yes, I see there on the 4th, I made an extra fixed deposit, but can you see it's at a different place? And here in the CRJ, the fixed deposit matured with interest. But can you see it's two separate banks? So it's going to be two separate deposit accounts. And if I look here, can you see? There's the fixed deposit of BOK and the fixed deposit of ABSA. Okay, so now if I go to BOK, can you see it matured? I only used the 20. So the 20 matured, it's a sundry account, the date, the 7th. So I say Jan 7, bank, CRJ, and now it matured, meaning I no longer have a fixed deposit at Book Bank. That money is back in my check account. The fixed deposit for OPSA, however, I made now, so it's a CPJ, because I take the money out of my check account and put it into the fixed deposit account. And that amount is 12,000. I see it's also a sundry, so I use the 4th. 12,000 on the 4th of Jan. Right. Now, bank you should not have any problem with. You know, debit side is money in, credit side is money out. It's always a column, so it will always be the last day of the month. I know CRJ is money in, CPJ is money out. I know CRJ, I say total receipts, CPJ, total payments. Okay, so now just let's go look at what's the amount. And if I look, I see it's 3,200. And I see it is 29,260. And then I need to balance. Now bank is the only one where it can go both ways, so I look. The smallest side has got the balance CO, and the biggest side has got the balance BD on the first day of the next month. Right, so it balances on 30,002, and then I say 30,002 less 29,260 gives me 940, meaning I still have a positive bank balance, so this bank I say is current. Sales is an income, so it's a minus plus. It will just be on the credit side. There's no balance, and I know I only post the 2 cash journals, so it's a CRJ bank. It's a column, because sales and cost of sales are always columns. So I see, I take the amount 72. Okay, everybody fine with that? Oh, let me just put it nicely in there. I will take a photo and put it on the group as well. Cost of sales. Cost of sales always, it's an expense on the debit side. Trading stock, CRJ, and I know it's the same amount as in trading stock, the 37. You can, however, go and check in the journal, the CRJ. You can go and look for the cost of sales, 37. Okay. Rent income, it's a plus on the credit side. So if I look at all of these accounts here, what I basically do is I just say incomes plus on the credit side. So that's also income. These ones are expenses. So I know I'm going to write these 2 on the credit side. Immediately write for yourself bank CRJ because it's income. And these ones immediately you write bank CPJ on the debit side because you know it's expenses, meaning you paid it. Okay, and I know immediately also that I have my date. I don't know if it's sundry or column, so I just write January. Can you see the easy marks you can get? Right, always concentrate on what you can do. So let's go look, rent income. So obviously CRJ. It's 1,000 rand on the first because it's not a column. Interest on fixed deposit. I see it's 2,000 on the 7th because it's a sundry. No, it's not a column. What did I say? 2,000. No. Yeah, 2,000. Water and electricity. Here it is, 700 on the 3rd. Telephone, I see 560 on the 5th. Then I look and I see, okay, salaries, 10,000 on the 8th. And now they want me to do, oh sorry, I'm moving this thing like crazy. I'm so sorry. Okay, so now I want to go and do a trial balance. And a trial balance, I literally rewrite the balances of each account. So I start. Capital. I've still got only, it's B1. So let's make that one B1, 20,000. Next one, trading stock. Make this B2. And I see, oh, okay, it is 2,003. Next one, it's fixed deposit. Can you see this is 0? And obviously this one was B3 and this one B4. So can you see I'm not going to have a B3 here because this account no longer exists. You see? But this account does exist. So I say B4 is fixed deposit, OPSA. And it's what? 12,000. Is there another B? Bank. So I put in bank, B5. And it's 940 on the debit side. Then we start with our nominals. I see sales. It's a N1. So I make this N1, 72. Next one. Let me someone put next. Oh, I need to move up a bit. So I'm going to do it like this. And then I'm going to do it like this. So I've got cost of sales N2 on the debit side. Right. Then I have rent income N3. Oh, sorry. 1,000. And I've got interest on fixed deposit. Interest on fixed deposit 2. Then I'm left with water and electricity. Sorry, I'm in a rush. Water and electricity N5 on the debit side. Telephone. And I can also see salaries. So I'm just going to make it N6 and N7. N6 and N7. And I know this is going to be telephone, salaries, and now I just need to balance. So the easiest way in the exam is you take your credit side or the side with the least amounts. So it's 20,000 plus 72 plus 1 plus 2, and that gives me 30,200. And I'm immediately someone going to transfer it here because I know these two sides needs to be equal. Okay, now let's do the AOL. So the easiest way for me to do the AOL, obviously you work through your transactions. So in a test they're going to give it to you as a transaction, they can give it to you as a bank statement, or they can give it to you as the journals already itself. Okay, so I'm going to give you the memo. So let's work through it. Number 1 is the rent income. So I know it's a CRJ. I know CRJ, bank, debit. CPJ, bank, credit. I know assets plus minus, the other two minus plus. Right. Debit, credit, debit, credit, debit, credit. So it's rent income. And the amount is 1,000. Bank is an asset. Rent is a profit. It's an income. Makes my profit more. No liability. Can you see? 1, 2 signs for 1, 2 accounts. The second one is the trading stock that we bought. So we are buying. So it's CPJ. So bank is credit. Trading stock is debit. Amount 6,000. Both assets, meaning owner's equity and liabilities both 0. Number 3 is the water and electricity. Water and electricity is a payment. So water and electricity, the amount is 700. Bank minus, so my assets gets less. Water and electricity is an expense on the debit side. Can you see if I say debit side, it's a minus. Number 4, we are investing. It's also a CPJ, fixed deposit. Here you don't have to say fixed deposit upsell, because here I just want to know actually the effects. Okay, and it's 12,000. Both is assets, so that's what's happening. Number 5, we pay telephone. So telephone, bank. Telephone is 560. So the telephone makes my owner's equity less. The bank makes my assets less. Number 6 is sales. So it's bank, sales, plus 0. Cost of sales, trading stock, minus 0. With sales, I take the sales price. With cost of sales, I take the cost price. Okay. If I look at number 7, we have book bank. So now the fixed deposit matures. And can you see these transactions are in the CRJ? So the CRJ means bank will be debited, but it's two separate transactions. The one is the fixed deposit that matures, and the other is the interest on the fixed deposit. The fixed deposit was 20,000. Bank and fixed deposit are both assets. The interest was 2,000. And now I know my bank becomes more, so assets plus. My interest is our owner's equity that also makes my owner's equity more because my profit will increase. Last one, number 8, is we pay salary. So again, bank on the credit because it's a payment. Salaries on the debit, and it's 10,000. Bank makes assets less. Salaries makes my owner's equity less. Let's just quickly make sure you understand owner's equity. So owner's equity is capital, drawings, and profit. And profit is your income less your expenses. Now I want you to see this. Can you see the capital, and the income is the things that works with the owner's equity. If the capital increases, the owner's equity increases. If the income increases, the profit increase, the owner's equity increase. But now please look at the minuses, the drawings and the expenses. So in other words, the more my drawings and my expenses, the less my owner's equity. That's why every time an expense makes my owner's equity less, because an expense makes my profit less. And if my profit is less, my owner's equity is less. I will go through it again if you don't understand it. Please read through loans. Go look at the CRJ, CPJ for that. See if you can try it. I will mark it when I'm back. It's not homework. I just want you to go through it and make yourself aware of loans and just see that everything is just opposite than that of a fixed deposit. Okay. When I make a loan, the money comes in. It's a CRJ. But when I pay back on the loan, it's a CPJ because now the money goes out of my bank account. Just go and have a look at that.